Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantor with the B.B. Comer Memorial Library. Before I get started, I want to thank TV47, Chris, and everyone who helps us put on our program. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Joining me today is Donna Walker and Kevin Whitman from Heritage South Credit Union. I noticed on Facebook you guys are doing a program about financial scamming, and that's what we wanted to cover, but just all things financial that we need to know. So thank you both so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having us. Yes. We're excited to be here.
Good, good. Well, we'll just start with, tell us about yourself. We'll start with you, Donna. Ladies first.
Okay. I was born and raised in the Fayetteville community, but I have lived in Sylacauga for about 50 years, and I am a former employee of Heritage South Credit Union. I retired in 2019 after about 20 years of service.
That's wonderful.
So,
well, good, good. And Kevin?
I'm Kevin Whitman, born and raised here in Sylacauga. Glad to be working in the community. Worked in Birmingham for a number of years, then came to Heritage South. It's just great working in the community you live in, and I've been there for 8 years now. So
great. All right. We're all hometown people.
We are.
That's great. Well, what I mentioned at first is I saw on Facebook, I think, because I follow you guys on Facebook, the Heritage South Credit Union Foundation presents All Things Considered. What is that?
Well, it came about, we had an idea. We established a nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit organization at Heritage South that grew from our charity committee. The past 3 years, our charity committee has raised over $50,000 that we give back to the communities in which we serve. So we thought, you know, how can we grow this even more? So we turned it into a foundation. That way the credit union can actually invest in itself there, and we can raise money and do a lot more. So we saw a grant opportunity available through the Southeastern Credit Union Foundation. So we wrote a proposal. It was our first grant. If anybody's written those, that was a task in itself.
Grants are big, yes.
So we wrote that, and we were honored to receive the grant. So here we have the money from the grant, and now we have to actually do what we said we were going to do.
Yes.
So this is the result of that. It is a free performance. It's going to be at the library on October 21st, but it's a free performance geared towards senior citizens, 55 and above. And it also is a lunch, so a free meal to the first 100 guests who come. But it's our goal to teach these people about financial scams, but kind of in a fun way, but keeping it serious, because these scams are very serious.
Yes.
So we didn't want the production to be, you know, all sad and all, so we did work in some comedy to it. But it is original play written by Logan Chance, a local guy from here in town.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
nice.
written by a local person, and contributions from several here at the credit union, and we have a local cast, and we're really looking forward to it.
Gosh, I am too. That sounds so fun. I mean, just to sit and talk about scams can't be very entertaining. It can be very informative, but not necessarily fun. But having a play would be, I'm excited to see that. What time is it? I forgot.
It's going to start at 11 with lunch, and then the production will start around 12. So it's from 11 to 1 o'clock, we said.
Good. Do we have to buy, get tickets
somewhere?
No
tickets. You just show up to the library on October 21st. That's a Monday, around 11 o'clock, and you'll be good to go.
Well, great, great. And Donna, you're in the production.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
How were you encouraged to try out for it?
Well, this guy twisted my arm.
I knew she'd be great. If you know Donna,
I do.
You know she'd be great. So she was one of my first calls. I said, Donna, we've got this coming up. I know she wanted to do some plays, and she's talked about it before, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for her.
Good. Now you're retired. There's no excuses really for not doing it.
Right, except being a senior citizen and having a diminished memory.
Oh, no. So what is your part, without giving away?
Okay, well, I am playing a woman who contributes to a charity that she believes is legitimate, but later finds out it's not. And I know, you know, having worked at a financial institution, I know sometimes it's hard for us, especially as senior citizens, to admit when we get caught up in something like that. And that's one of the things that I hope that people will take away from this, is that there is no shame in this. You need to seek advice, and don't be afraid to do that.
You're right. I hadn't thought about that. That is very true. Does this happen a lot? Are scams very prevalent?
Every day. Numerous every day.
Well, and as I said, a lot of times we don't know because people don't want to admit that they've been taken advantage of. And sometimes it's not an unknown. Sometimes we can be taken advantage of financially by people that we know. So it's not always somebody distant on the phone or whatever. We just need to be careful when we're asked to invest money in businesses or
Right, that's true. Well, can you tell us some things to look for, like emails, phone calls, mail that you get in the mailbox? All of those. What are some things we can look for?
Well, if you don't already have a previous relationship with an organization that is asking you for money, that potentially could be a scam. If it's foreign, if a phone number calls you and you don't know who they are, just let it go to voicemail, see what they say. But if you question anything, that's what we're here for with the credit union or your financial institution. Just go by where you bank and say, hey, I received this. Does it look legitimate? And we're happy to look at that for you and give us our opinion on that.
Great. And this happens all the time.
Every day.
Well, and I can share a personal story that happened to me last week. I placed an order online, and I thought I was ordering directly from the company, but it turns out it was through their Facebook site. And as soon as I got my confirmation email and it had a no reply, it was a red flag to me. So I immediately called my financial institution and talked with someone there, and I was able to they captured my credit card, and I was able to go that day and get another credit card. So that was a red flag to me.
Right.
But I think, a lot of our scams that we see through the credit union with our seniors are romance scams. Seniors can become a little lonely in life, especially if their life partner has gone on and they're looking for companionship, and it's an easy target. I mean, as sad as it is, seniors are an easy target for these scammers. And we've seen, people give lots and lots of money away. And once you send that money away, there's no way to get it back. There's only so much we can do to help you. So, I think it's just thinking to yourself, taking away the personal feelings and saying, does this seem legit? Is there really a woman from Zimbabwe or something that found me here in Alabama or wherever? Does this seem like it could be real? And the majority of times it's not. So, we are happy, like I said, come and talk to us because once your retirement is gone, it's gone. And we've seen that happen. So sad. And we've worked that into the production, because it is one of the scams that we see all the time.
Wow. Well, all right. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Donna and Kevin.
Great. What am I going to do now?
Time to visit Brown's Auto Collision.
No problem at all. We've contacted your insurance company and we can get you back into original condition right away. And I just want to remind you that all of our work is covered by a lifetime warranty. We're done.
Wow, that was easy and looks great.
Brown's Auto Collision,
where quality is no accident.
A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.
Hello, welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Donna Walker and Kevin Whitman from Heritage South Credit Union. We're talking about their upcoming production, All Things Considered, put on by the Heritage South Credit Union Foundation, which has just recently been formed, I think.
Yeah, this year, yeah, this summer we got our official notification that we were good to go. So
that's great.
Really exciting. This is our first kind of introduction into the community with what our plans for the foundation are. So
that is great. Now, All Things Considered is a play. You said written by someone local,
right.
And Donna, you're in it. Who else is in it?
Well, as you can see there on the screen, you might recognize a few faces. We have Janie Giddens,
yes,
teacher here in Sylacauga, well-known actress also here in town. Then we have Donna Walker, who's here with me. We have Robin Wallace. I believe she is from Columbiana, but she's in other local productions here in town, so people might recognize her. And then Janie Giddens' son, Michael Giddens, another local actor, great. And Randy Clark. If you don't know Randy Clark, then you're not from Sylacauga or the area.
Right.
So.
Now, Michael Giddens is not a senior. I know that.
He is not. He actually plays the son of his mother's character. So, mother and son in the play and mother and son in real life.
And you are kind of the director, maybe?
I assume, yeah, I'm directing. But also our entire foundation board is helping a lot. That's Beth Chance, whose son Logan Chance actually wrote the play.
Wow.
And then we have Jessica Vincent. She is kind of co-directing. Crystal Gardner is also on the board, and our CEO at Heritage South, Jamie Payton, is on the board as well and is helping out a lot. And some of you might know Tim Wilson. He has really helped a lot with building our set, and he's going to run our sound and lighting and all that. So it's a group effort.
Well, I can't wait. Monday, October 21st, you said there's a lunch at 11,
There's a lunch.
And then the production from 12 to 1.
Right, and it's completely free. We're doing this through our foundation, our nonprofit foundation, so it's a completely free performance to help educate everyone about financial scams.
All right. We were talking about it some, I know. Scammers don't necessarily target older people. They do,
Exactly.
and talking about that, my parents or my grandparents, if somebody said they were going to do something, they would have taken them at their word, and we just can't do that anymore. Well, you're not looking them in the face most of the time, but they don't just target seniors, Is it all ages?
No, I would say all ages. We see now the majority are seniors, but I mean, if you have a banking account, a checking account, a debit card, a credit card, you're at risk to being scammed. So if you make purchases online, you're at risk for being scammed. And if you think that you have been compromised, that first step is to call your financial institution and say, look, let's get a hold on my credit card, or let's cancel this debit or credit card. We print them in-house, so you don't have to wait 2 weeks to get a new card. You can come in, we can close that debit or credit card and print one so you can go on about your day. But talk to your financial institution immediately once you think something has been compromised.
Okay, well that's good, And I know some places, sometimes I've gotten a phone call, hey, is this your purchase? Maybe a phone call or a text. Is this a purchase you made?
Right. We do have all kinds, as you know, the banking industry has really come along with technology. So we have fraud alerts with ours. So it learns your shopping patterns. So if something is out of the norm, or you just purchased something in Sylacauga legitimately, and then 5 minutes later there's a purchase made from another state.
Yes.
That don't look right, so you'll get a fraud alert that says, hey, did you make this purchase? And you can do that on your app on your phone, and that purchase will not go through.
Okay.
So.
And one thing, I just recently traveled out of the U.S. and called and said, hey, I'm going to be out of the country for this number of days because if I had a transaction from Brazil, it was okay.
Right.
So that
it would flag that.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to happen. if I know I'm here, but I get a purchase from a foreign country, I would like for my bank to notice, well, maybe he's not in a foreign country,
Yes.
and, you know, kind of flag that for me.
Right.
So.
Well, and I would add not to give out your information to anyone that calls you. If you place the call and you know who you're talking to, but if someone calls you and they even want to verify your account number, I would say no. If it's truly legitimate, you know, they will contact you. And I ask the people sometimes, send me something in the mail. You know.
Okay. And they probably won't.
No.
Right. And I know they can make a phone call. They can live in Jamaica and make a phone call, and it comes up Sylacauga on caller ID.
Right.
Scammers are so high tech.
Oh, they are. We had an employee with his local church received an email about some kind of donations or something. And this is an employee, you know, it came from the church that he goes to, and it actually came from the pastor of the church. So about making donations. And so, you know, everything about it looked legit. And he was about to do that until he talked to the pastor, and the pastor said, no, I didn't send that. So, I mean, these scammers are very clever. I don't know how they found out what church he went to, and then who the pastor of that church was, but they are so clever that they did that. And so, I mean, a lot of things, it does look right, and that's how they get you.
Right. Or it looks very close to
Very
it.
close to, yes.
I think we had a similar thing at our church, and the email was very close to what our church email is.
I think there was the same situation
It
that
could
I'm
have
talking
been,
about.
yeah.
So.
But you have to look very closely, not just glance at it.
Right.
Not just glance at it. Wow. So if I call you and tell you I think I've been scammed, you can help me investigate, cancel my card, and get me a new one. Is that right?
And if you have been scammed, I mean, we do have, you know, measures in order to try to resolve the issue after it's happened. We can make claims, but that's not a guarantee.
Right.
You know, we can do certain things and try our best to get your money back, but, you know, just because it has happened and you bank with us, it's not a guarantee that we're going to be able to get that back for you.
Right. I had a policeman tell me one time, he said, I would love to go to Jamaica to get your money back, but you know, it's just not affordable for people to do that.
Well, it's not, and especially if you've sent it to a foreign country, which happens in a lot of these romance scams. I mean, you've sent that to another person, not to another business. And just the legalities of dealing with foreign countries and all, there's just, I mean, it's probably not going to come back.
Right. And I think too, is it better to use a debit or a credit card on certain purchases? Or
Credit card, definitely, because you can dispute that. Once the money has been taken out of your account with a debit card, it's a whole different process. And it's not that you can't sometimes recover, but if you give your PIN number to someone, you have essentially given them permission.
That's true.
So,
And you pretty much, I mean, when you open your account, you're signing a contract saying that, you know, and I mean, your PIN is confidential. If you give that away, you've just basically handed them the money, cash, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's nothing we can't dispute because we don't know what the conversation was between each other there.
Right, that's true, that's true. And I've heard you can also, I mean, I bank online, you can go on and turn your card off.
You can, yeah, immediately, like, you know, if you've lost it, which I know it can be frustrating if you're like me, you have 100 things set up to pay automatically, all your Netflixes and Hulus and all this stuff.
All that.
So I'm not going to lie and say it's not a hassle. You know, it's you've been compromised or you've lost your card. I know it happened to me once. I left it at a fast food restaurant.
Right.
But you don't know that they haven't written down your card number or someone else. I went back, I got my card, but I don't know what happened to my card in that time frame.
That's true.
So we suggest, you know, even if someone has found a debit card and they bring it back to us, we compromise all those cards and reissue because we don't know if the person is honest that brought it back to us.
Right.
So to protect our members, we do reissue those cards with a new card number, and you do have to reset up all those things. But it's a little bit of work. that's going to save you a lot of money.
It's the best thing to
So-
do. That's true. Well, we're going to pause for another commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
The all-new Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our remodeled and expanded pharmacy gives us the space to serve more patients. We've added a drive-through window for those times when you don't feel like getting out of your vehicle. And we still offer delivery within city limits. We feature a full line of over-the-counter medications and supplements. And don't forget our stunning new gift department. New building, same great people. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Donna Walker and Kevin Whitman from Heritage South Credit Union. Well, retired from Heritage South Credit Union here in Sylacauga. We're talking about their performance of All Things Considered. And one more time, we'll tell when and where.
So it is October
21st.
21st,
Yeah.
that's a Monday, at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library Auditorium in downtown Sylacauga from 11 to 1 o'clock. It's free to everyone, and for seniors 55 and above, it's a free lunch starting at 11.
All right, well, that's exciting. Donna, I can't wait to see you in this production.
I know, I'm a little nervous, but yeah, it's fun being someone else. A little bit.
Oh, that,
yeah.
I bet. I hadn't thought of it
Yeah.
that way. That does sound fun. Now, we've talked a lot about scamming and seniors and things like that. What about children? How important is it to teach financial literacy to children?
I would say as soon as your child has a Social Security number, they need to have a savings account from birth. Wow. And, you know, children receive gifts all the time of money. And if you teach them from an early age to save part of their gift, then you're teaching them for the future. And you know, when I worked, we loved for kids to come in when they were making deposits to let them do it and see how the process works. Wow. And I think that makes a big impression on them also.
And another way we do that is through our kids club. So if the kid can bring in their report card, and we pay for A's and B's, we pay $2 for every A and $1 for every B.
Wow.
So them bringing in that report card and, you know, watching their money grow, because the savings account does earn interest. It is, you know, interest bearing account. So they can see over time that start to compound and earn more and more. Let their money make money for them.
That's true.
Right.
I think our society, we just want to spend what we have, and
Exactly.
but then we want stuff later on.
We do. So, you know, starting to save as early as you can is very important. And just overall financial literacy and all, we try our best to do, and we do some of this through the foundation, but to go into schools and to just, how do you write a check? I mean, I know we don't use checks a lot, but teenagers don't know how to write a check. Sign in their name. You would think, you know, everyone knows how to sign their name, but you know, you've got to have a signature.
Yes.
Just all these different things, planning for college. If you're in high school, there's not many years till you're out on your own. You know, a lot comes with that: house, rent, car, insurance. You know, life comes at you very quickly, so the better that you're prepared and the better we can do to prepare these young children, you know, I think helps them get off to a better start.
I think it does too. Definitely, definitely. And I will have to throw in here a plug for books, of course, from the library. On your website, it talks about the Money as You Grow bookshelf, and we actually have one of those at the library. It's books, several books. This is one, A Chair for My Mother. This family's lost everything in the fire. They were gifted a lot of things from friends, but they want a nice, soft, comfortable chair for the mother to sit in after a hard day of work. And they start saving change in a jar, and the big jar gets full. They cash in the money and buy a chair. But it's about saving, and we don't. I guess I don't. I hope I did a good enough job with my girls. I don't know. We never know. But there's and this is not the only book. There's several books, and there's a booklet with each book, and you check the book out and read it. And there's some things to do in here. Very interesting and very informative, I think, for kids. This is for ages 6 and up. They can learn to save for something. And
for sure.
Spend their own money.
And I mean, you said the change. If you just save your change, you'll be surprised how much that adds up to once you cash it in.
It does. It does. I think it's nice to have your kids buy some of their own things.
It is.
We would go shopping and we had this much money for clothes, and anything else you want to buy, you buy it with your own money. That would be their favorite shirt or whatever.
Right.
Because it was their money they bought. Yes.
Especially in today's economy. I mean, it really is, you know. You have to be wise about your spending and all. So save what you can, but spend wisely.
Right. And give. Be generous too, and give to help others. And that can be taught too. I know.
Right, exactly.
And kids get debit cards young.
They can, yes, with the parent on the account. I mean, you can't have your own account till you're 19, I believe, but you know, they can get debit cards and you know, have the app and things like that, so they can track their spending and track their savings, and you know, see that interest that they receive and all that. So
it's very nice to earn money when you didn't have to do
is.
anything. That
Nice.
That is. Well, gosh, we've got about 30 seconds left, but I'm very excited about the performance. Are you ready, Donna?
It's going to be a busy week of practice.
You will be. You will be.
I will be.
Oh gosh, I think it'll be fun. You have a lot of lines, or
a fair amount. I'm not the main character, but
it's going to be good though. So y'all come out and see us. All the local actors. It's going to be really good.
It will be. Well, gosh, I'm very excited about that, and thank you all for coming on and talking to us about scams and all the things we need to know. And I appreciate what you're doing for our community. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for joining us on Library Connections.